Street Pete. Now welcome back to my show. Ha ha! Yo, what up, friends? And you know how we like to end things here at the Ballin' Buds podcast with Omar's Epilogue. And yes, in my outro, I did want to talk about the hot debate going on now that we just had the coaching hiring season, and now that has ended and all 5 jobs have now been filled, we have found that Eric Bieniemy was once again left out of the coaching hiring selection process for another year. First of all, let's start with some background. The Chiefs have been to 5 straight AFC championships, making it to the Super Bowl 3 times and winning it twice. Each of those years, Eric Bieniemy was the team's offensive coordinator. So why can't he get a chance to be a head coach when all of these other coordinators, not even Super Bowl winning ones, have been hired before him? So let's look at this most recent cycle of hires. Eric Bieniemy and his Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles' 2 coordinators, both the offensive and defensive coordinators, Jonathan Gannon and Shane Steichen. Now, Eric Bieniemy was on the winning team. He has been the winning coordinator for 2 Super Bowls. These 2 coordinators lost the Super Bowl and were still hired.
Get the fuck out of here.
By the Arizona Cardinals and the Indianapolis Colts, respectively.
Why don't you get the fuck out of here?
Which is funny, since Eric Bieniemy's offense completely dominated Gannon's defense in the second half of the Super Bowl. And also funny in that process is the fact that Bieniemy was interviewed by the Colts, who went on to hire Shane Steichen, and yet Eric Bieniemy did not make the top 7. He did not make the final 7. How is that even fucking possible? You're telling me you have a head coach vacancy and he couldn't make the top 7? Come on now. What we doing? What is we doing here?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Now get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
So what are the theories behind this? There's a bunch of different theories. He's not a good leader. He doesn't have a good relationship with some of the players. He needs to get out of Andy Reid's shadow because he needs to run an offense on his own because Andy Reid is getting all the credit. There's some of the things that have happened in his past, which were well over 20 years ago, of trouble he got into as a youngster. There's many different theories going around. But one thing we do know is whatever is the real reasoning behind this, which obviously there's going to be different reasonings for different reasons as to why he wasn't hired. One thing that will never change is that he is a black coach. That will never change. So while we may want to ignore and say, some people, rather, may say that has nothing to do with it. It's ridiculous to try to assert that is the case. Especially when you've seen white coaches over the past few years get hired over him who have sucked. Actually, the statistic is that there have been, because he has interviewed for 16 jobs now over the past few years, only 3 of the 16 coaches picked over him made the playoffs. 3. The other 13 never made the playoffs. So you're telling me you can't give him a chance, but you give all these other shitty head coaches a chance. Adam Gase, Urban Meyer, Nathaniel Hackett, Joe Judge, Matt Rule, and my favorite, Josh McDaniels.
You suck, you jackass.
So why can't Eric Bieniemy get the job? We've talked about all the different theories that are being abounded. There's other theories that people don't want to be the one to hire him because they're going to look woke or things like that. There's also even going further, and if you heard Uncle Ruckus, aka Jason Whitlock, who keep on shucking and jiving to make that money there, Whitlock. Anyways, he had the nerve to say it has nothing to do with the color of his skin. And rather, and get this was so, I didn't even see this coming from his argument. At first, I was actually, he was talking about it being a scripted TV show and people getting written off. And I was like, yeah, I can actually see that. But then he just went totally off board and started going into the matriarchal factors of the black culture or the black segment of America. Even going into talking about the Woman King movie and saying that black men are no longer men anymore because they're all raised by women, and the same kind of stick that he always goes into, right? The same kind of bullshit that he's always talking about when we all know that he's a piece of shit just talking out the side of his ass. But you know, he does it to get views. He does it to get the hot takes so he can get paid for it. Whatever. Do your thing. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me, but I know he's a piece of shit. So whatever. And I know that there's no way in hell it has nothing to do with the fact that he's black. Is it everything? No. And you also can't tell me it's because of the matriarchal factor of the black culture. Shut the fuck up. You dumb, stupid motherfucker.
You know what that crazy bitch was into?
What?
She wanted to stick a dildo up my ass, make believe she was pimping me out. I told her, get the fuck out of here.
He went on to say, it's our fault, the black population. It's our fault for maintaining and buying into a matriarchal culture. If you continue to be on your knees and be a beta male and a coward, eventually you're going to get written out of the script. I think he was talking about himself, because Whitlock continues to be on his knees, Uncle Ruckussing it up for all the white men, and is definitely a beta male. So you keep shucking and jiving there, Whitlock, but that's some bullshit, and you know it yourself.
Here it is. My test results. Can you hear my heart beating? Oh, the white man's science is amazing, ain't it? Oh, no. This can't be. It says I'm 102% African with a 2% margin of error. Why, Lord? Why, Lord? Why?
And that's why there is a group of former black NFL head coaches suing the league for discrimination. Because it is true. Nearly 70% of the NFL players are black, but just 3 of the league's 32 coaches are black. Mike Tomlin, Todd Bowles, and D'Amico Ryans, who just got hired. Mike McDaniel's biracial, if you want to count 3.5, possibly 4. So what are we really talking about? Obviously not what Whitlock's talking about.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here, you. Get the fuck out of here.
Now, you can't tell me, though, after 5 years and winning multiple Super Bowls, that this guy does not deserve a head coaching job, because he does. Because 13 out of the 16 didn't even make the playoffs. So the majority of the time, you're not going to get anything good anyways. Why not give him a shot? Anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Hopefully, he is going to the Commanders now to be a offensive coordinator and take over his own offense. Hopefully, they'll make him the coach in waiting there after Ron Rivera leaves, or hopefully he will be hired after he can prove that he can have a decent offense, although he's being put in a totally shitty situation. Does Washington have some decent skill players? Sure. Is that an offense that was made to thrive? No. So he's got a long way up to dig, but whatever process it is that these teams are using to select coaches in the past few years over Eric Bieniemy is clearly a failed system. And it's clearly not working. And it's always about the qualifications, unless that coach is black. Thank you for tuning in, my friends. Make sure to support your boy. And we want everyone to join us, so please share all over your social media. Until next time, stay safe, take care of yourself, be kind to each other, and spread love.
be on my way. Holler. $5.